Hi everybody, Teacher Bex here, back with another Allschool video. I'm giving you another update. I've been on Allschool now for a few months. I've heard a lot of things from different teachers and I've had a lot of experiences myself. So I'm gonna tell you everything that's been going on these last few months and how much I've earned so you can see what a realistic week of earnings is like on Allschool. Let's get into it. I'll start with what everybody's really interested in, the earnings. I'm gonna give you a quick recap on how much I earned in my first few weeks on Allschool and then jump into some of the new earnings over October and November. Starting off the first few weeks that I was on Allschool, I didn't earn that much. The first week was $45. The second week was $5. The third week was $245.25. Things are increasing, so that's great. Let's keep going. The fourth week was $313.75. So again, we're going up. After that, it actually went down a little bit. It was $297.75 for that week. I just didn't teach as many classes. It was just one of those weeks. But I knew that I had to keep working on it because I needed to keep going higher and higher. My goal is to make $1 million on Allschool, and in order to do that, I need to be making $19,230 a week. As of this point, I had only been making about $300 a week, and I'm like, this is not where I need to be. I need to really amp it up. The following week, I made $565.25. Woohoo! We broke through the 300 mark. Now we also broke through the 500 mark. Let's try to break through the 1,000 mark. The next week, I got to $601.25. Woo! We broke through 600, but it's not fast enough. I want to get to the 1 million, which means I need over 19,000 a week. So I need to break that 1,000. I need to break that 2,000. I need to break that 3,000, and I'm hoping to do that fast. The next week, I got to $782.75. This was pretty exciting for me. We're past the 750 mark. But still not good enough. At this point, I was teaching a lot of classes to get to that amount of money. My classes didn't really have too many kids in them. They only had a few here and there. So I found myself working long days with only 2 or 3 kids per class. And I was really exhausted afterwards. So I had to figure out, is there some way I can do this where I'm not exhausting myself to the max and still making a lot of money? After making $782.75, I thought, this is it. I need to break that 1,000. It's already been way too long. So the following week, I made $1,297.50. Yes, I broke that 1,000. I even broke 1,250. So progress, baby. I still found myself pretty exhausted. You know, I'm just opening up more time slots, but the classes are not super full. There are only a few kids here and there in each class, and it's still taking all my energy out of me. So I'm like, there has to be a better way. The final week, which was last week, I made $917.50. I went down. Unfortunately, that week I was focusing on a lot of private events that I do outside of Allschool. Just for your knowledge, for my private events, I charge a minimum of $250 for a group of kids, birthday party, any type of kind of social event. But for Allschool, it was just that $917.50. Sure, I'm still pretty far from my over $19,000 a week goal. I'm really happy with the progress that I've been making, starting at like $5 in a week all the way up to $1,300. This week, I am on track to make at least $2,000 this week on Allschool. So that's gonna be really nice to see. In order to make $1 million a year, you cannot be content. You have to keep pushing yourself. Those were my earnings in August, September, October, and November. Something that I was doing during this whole time period was actually selling merch to my students on Allschool. The great thing with escape room classes, and you can really do this with a lot of different types of classes. You can create merch to sell to your students. This merch can be digital resources like PDFs or digital books that you create, or they can be physical products. For escape rooms, there's so many different things you can sell. You can sell t-shirts to your participants. You can sell certificates of completion. You can sell patches. Really anything that you can brand with your company or with your theme will sell. So merch actually made me more money in October than the money that I made teaching classes on Allschool. If you want to know how much I made off of merch from my classes, then give this video a big thumbs up and I'll make another video specifically talking about the merch that I sell with my classes and how much that's made me during my time teaching on Allschool. I'll also be making another video showing you how you can actually make your own merch. If you're planning on making PDFs to sell or online books, online catalogs, online resources for your students, I'll show you how you can make those for free, super easy, and you can sell them to your students. There are people that use teachers pay teachers where you can sell the resources you've created. And I think that a lot of those resources can be sold directly to your students as well. So instead of creating content for teachers to buy from you, you can actually create content for your students to buy from you. Super easy. And I'm excited to show you exactly how to do that. Let's get back to more Allschool. Now I'm gonna go through some of the topics that I've been seeing on the Allschool social media pages. These are the teacher pages because Allschool themselves is not active on their social media accounts. I'm specifically going to be addressing different topics and questions that Allschool teachers have had in the last few months. There was a question about how you can get the Allschool teacher webpage on your phone. So when you go onto Allschool on your phone, you might notice right away that you have no way of accessing your classes or doing anything related to being a teacher. That's because there are two different links that you can use to access Allschool. There's the link for parents, and that's the one that you typically get when you just type in allschool.com. And then there's the link for teachers, which is Allschool Teach. And if you want to get to the right one, you need to make sure you're using that link because there's a lot of teachers that want to use the app or want to use the website on their phone and then they freak out because they can't access any of their classes. So make sure you're using the right link. The next question that somebody had was, what are the times that people are booking classes right now? Everybody might have their own experience, but typically the advice that I was given was teach between the hours of 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. Pacific time. What I actually did from the very start was I looked at the Q Kids website. I used to teach with Q Kids, and I know that they always set their classes at a certain time. It was typically in the early morning hours, and then over the weekend, it was also in the evening times. So I thought if Q Kids or other big companies like VIP Kid have predetermined times that they know will work for Chinese students, then why try to reinvent the wheel? Just use the exact same times that they're offering. That was my strategy from the very start. And I think that you should stick to that too if you're wondering what times are good. Just look at the bigger companies that are offering classes and just try to use the times that they have. Another topic of discussion is the recent daylight savings time change. That kind of messed with people's classes because teachers were confused as to whether they should adjust the start time of their classes to account for daylight savings or not. Yes, on Allschool, it is a pain in the butt. So going in and actually adjusting your class times is necessary if you want your students to have their class be at the same time that they're regularly going to it. Another huge thing that people are talking about is that Allschool has been refunding students without the teacher's permission. And that is a red flag. Teachers work hard. We go in front of the camera, we sit there, we wait for the student to show up. We spend at least 10 minutes of our time sitting there waiting for the kid. If the student doesn't show up, then we expect to be compensated for our time. And there have been instances recently when Allschool has been refunding learners for not showing up to a class, and that's completely unfair to the teacher. The teacher had no say in it. And I know it's happened to me a few times and it's happened to a few other teachers as well over the last few months. And I think that that's just odd. But hopefully we can kind of get to the bottom of this and make sure that this is not a reoccurring thing with Allschool, because really Allschool should be on the side of the teachers just as much as it's on the side of the students. And right now it seems like they're maybe favoring the students a little bit more. I've also seen a message from somebody that's in the application process right now and is wondering why Allschool is not responding to them or is taking a long time to actually push their application through the process and get them hired. I went through this as well. My last Allschool video, I talked about how it took me 3 months to get hired. So if you're facing the same challenge right now with Allschool, everybody that got hired this summer or even most of this year had to go through it too. So you're not alone. Just keep following up with them. Really, the more you follow up, the faster you're gonna get hired. Also, something that I wanna mention is during my application process, there was a time where the support told me that they couldn't find my account. I'd given them my email address and they said like, we couldn't find you. You don't show up in our system. And this also happened to another teacher recently where they were messaging with support. Support also told them that they couldn't find them, but then afterwards they're like, yeah, you're actually there. So I would say if you run into this issue where their support is saying they don't know who you are, or your account is not showing up to them, or your class is not showing up to them, I would definitely like take pause. I would definitely just keep moving forward. If everything looks good on your end, then it's probably on their end that's the problem. It's probably that they're just making a mistake or not seeing things completely correctly. I did a little bit of an experiment about a month ago where I opened up the Allschool website and I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled until every single class that is listed on Allschool was available for me to see. And then I took at least an hour of my time going through every single class and making a note of all the names of the teachers that teach on Allschool. What I found is that even though in advertisements for Allschool they say that there are thousands of teachers on their platform, when I counted how many unique teachers there were, and this is not including how many classes each of those teachers is teaching, but just individual humans, I counted 173 teachers with active classes. Now, I was counting for a while, so this number might be a little bit higher, might be a little bit lower, but that's kind of the ballpark that I got to. So that just shows you that like that's what your competition is. There's not a huge amount of teachers on this platform. In a sense, that's good because you can stand out very quickly. If you do really well a few weeks in a row, then you're gonna be showing up as better than like 99.9% of the teachers on that platform. A little bit of effort will take you a long way, but keep that in mind. It's not that many teachers, and it would be great to find out how many students were actively using the platform. So if anyone comes up with an idea on how to do that, let me know. But that's an insight that I wanted you to take with you. Something that I've been implementing in the month of October on Allschool that has been really powerful is actually offering a first class free promotion to students. And this has been primarily for the reason of getting their email addresses. So if you can build yourself a huge email list, like I mean huge, thousands and thousands of kids, then every time you release a new class, or there's like a holiday coming up or something that you really want to get their attention, you just send a blast out and you can get enrollments so fast. Every time I send an email out to my email list, I get dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of enrollments right away just from doing that. And it's so powerful. Starting to build like a sales funnel and get their email address is huge right now. And once you have their email address, then you can start affiliate marketing. Like right now, affiliate marketing is a huge deal and people are making a very nice living doing affiliate marketing. And most of affiliate marketing is your email list. You choose products, you get affiliate links, and then you send them out to your email list. And when they purchase through those links, you make money. It benefits you as an online teacher to have a very large email list because you can do the same thing. You can be an online teacher, you can be an affiliate marketer. There are companies that will actually pay you to put ads in your emails, in your newsletter. So the bigger you build your email list, the more sponsors you can have come on and pay you to be a part of that distribution. So there's so many benefits of building your email list. The last thing I wanted to say is that I've been seeing like a little bit of smack talked about me online from people that are teachers that don't think that you can make $1 million a year as an online teacher. Guys, it's possible. I did it. I am still doing it. There are a lot of teachers that are. Actually, a lot of the people that are doing this type of thing are not as vocal about it as I am. But let me be honest, $19,230. How difficult is that to make a week? I've just showed you, you can make 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000, which hopefully in my next videos, I'll show you those numbers on Allschool. So if you're doing that on Allschool and then you're making another like 5,000 a month selling merch, and then you're also making another 5,000 doing private events, like this adds up. And look, making $1 million by yourself a year can be tricky. If you're teaching and doing your marketing and answering parent emails, ideally you want an assistant, but it is not impossible. Even though the pandemic is done and the hype from the pandemic has kind of died down, there are still so many kids that want something to do when they're away from regular school. Come up with really exciting programs that engage your students and get them hooked and you'll be making $1 million too. I promise you, it is not hard. All you have to do is create multiple income streams. You have your teaching, you have your merch, you have your affiliate marketing, and it's all around online teaching. You are pulling as much as you can from each student, and they are gladly paying you because you're giving them value, either in the form of a course, either in the form of a PDF, in the form of a t-shirt, whatever you can provide them, they'll take because they like you. That's all I wanted to say, guys. It's not impossible. Don't limit your brain. And if you really want help, reach out to me because I'll help you and I'll get you started with some really great resources. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was my video on Allschool. I'm gonna be giving you another one sometime soon, hopefully with another update on my income. We're gonna keep climbing that hill until we get to that $19,230 a week. We're getting there. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be close. So have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.